sun had not come up yet on that cold Friday morning, yet there we were, ready to search for that secret we knew was kept inside. We'd found our first subject, Smitty, and we moved in for the close-up. Can you hear me, Smitty?
Yes, sir.
It's pretty cold out, ain't it, Smitty?
I'm outside for years. I'm used to it by now.
Wouldn't you rather be on the inside?
No, I wouldn't want to go inside.
You pulling anything in off this guitar racket, Smitty?
No, I just play my music out here just because I enjoy it.
How do people get inside, Smitty?
Well, they've been in there for years. That's how they do it.
Are there any other ways, Smitty?
There's other ways around it, yes.
We made it inside, thanks to a tip from Smitty, but apparently we arrived too early. The place was empty. It was Donna and I on this case, accompanied as usual by our faithful assistant, Keith. We'd heard about this place some time ago, but the local folks were reluctant to talk. The official story was that inside was some sort of huge marketplace, where goods and money changed hands as quickly as some people change the expression on their face. But we were too clever for that story. We knew there was a secret there, some other reason for the existence of this rural Taj Mahal, and we were determined to uncover it. One thing we knew for sure, there was only one way to do the job, on location. And then we found him, our second subject, a man who spoke in riddles and metaphors. But it was a start. We moved in for the close-up. Tell me, Mac, what's the scoop on this place?
Like a sleeping giant, this place is asleep all week. Every Friday, 300 curtains are raised, and as the people begin to gather, the sleeping giant comes to life with 18 hours of organized confusion.
We were so busy trying to unravel the words of our second subject that we hardly noticed that we weren't alone anymore. And then suddenly it hit, a bombshell we weren't prepared for. And confusion it was. Our minds began to reel as the place suddenly came to life and people seemed to appear out of nowhere. Before we knew it, the place was packed so tight we could hardly change the focal length on our lenses without running smack dab up against some stranger's glaring eyes. But so far, we hadn't a shred of evidence to go on. Nothing directly indicated that the place was anything other than exactly what it claimed to be, a huge place of business. We were lost and confused, and we were afraid it would show. I don't know how, but somehow we made our way to a large room. It seemed to be a secret meeting of some sort. This was perhaps the clue we had been looking for, but from the looks of it, we were up against some pretty tough cookies. Just as we were trying to decide what to do next, a voice rang out.
So you don't jump the wrong pole.
Well, we had to run up against a brick wall. Our secret was not in this room. There was no way to shoot the scene except as business, straight and simple. As fortune would have it, we ran into our third subject just about then. His name was Sam, and we moved in for the close-up. What are you doing hanging around here, Sam?
I'm fine here, sir.
Why's that, Sam?
You know why.
No, I'm afraid we don't, Sam.
Well, maybe someday you will.
Slammed up against that brick wall by another subject. It's times like that you feel like digging your heels down and having a good cry. Felt bewildered, like a child separated from its mother. That was it. Maybe the children could help us. There's something about the look in a child's eye that lets you know right off that they're giving it to you straight. But it's hard to find a real kid nowadays. I mean like the ones who hung around on street corners like when you and I were young, wasting an afternoon drinking soda pop and flipping baseball cards. Kids grow up too quick nowadays. They learn too fast. Too fast for their own good, and ours. We were back where we started. We needed a stool pigeon, and we thought at the time that we had found one in David. We moved in for the close-up. Come on, David, spill. You know there's more to this place than business. Where's the secret of this joint locked up?
In your imagination?
Don't give me any of that fancy talk. I'm tired of excuses. There's something other than money in this. I'll find out from the merchants themselves if you won't tell me.
I doubt it. They're too busy peddling their wares and piling up profits.
I lost my temper, but David's was just a little too well rehearsed. But I found out so were all the other merchants. David was right in a way. We were getting nowhere. They were shrewd, pretending to be wrapped up in a buying and selling game. Once in a while, we caught a glimpse of some suspicious-looking characters, but even they never deviated a bit from the script.
Pineapple orange drink here. Come in and try it. I know you'll like it.
Somewhere, somehow, some one or thing was organizing a spectacle, a giant one, orchestrated to a T. But to what end? Clockwork precision governed some huge mechanism, and all the gear seemed to fit in place. Was a loophole or a crack for us to peek through. But there were always the misfits, the ones who spent their time engaged in activities outside the main arena. Darrell was like that. And, yes, you've probably guessed it by now, he was our fifth subject, and we moved in for the close-up. Well, Darrell, no buying and selling for you. What are you doing?
Just fine.
What for?
To win.
To win what, Darrell? Maybe some secrets locked up in those trinkets?
A lot of things.
A strange response, but why not? It had been done before. Jewels and falcons, smuggled cocaine and dolls, military secrets and hollowed-out books. Why not the truth behind this place hidden in its ornaments? Maybe it wasn't in the items themselves, but in a secret code used to broadcast information about them.
Natalie is the lucky winner of an AM/FM clock radio. Natalie can come to the office and claim her prize. Coming up at 9 o'clock, we'll be giving away a toaster oven.
Oh, we had heard enough. Enough to realize we were at a dead end. Maybe a dame would be a little more likely to squeal. We found Bonnie and we moved in for the close-up. You just can't hold back on us, Bonnie. We've been working too long and too hard. You gotta tell us the truth about this place.
Well, we're all making a really good living here. At least I think we are.
Well, we knew one thing for certain. We were getting nowhere fast. This farm business case was a tough nut to crack. We began to wonder if maybe the place really was just a business. It seemed like we were just going around in circles. We began to feel like just sitting back and dreaming about those lazy afternoons back at the office. Donna and I browsing through the trade papers, looking for some work. Well, we got it all right, and in spades. Let's see. Darrell was our fifth subject. Bonnie, number 6. Hey, 7. That was our lucky number. Maybe there was some hope after all. We had heard a rumor of a Mexican by the name of Pancho. He was an investigator like ourselves, and he might be apt to help us out. We moved in for the close-up. Only this time we decided to try a different angle. Pancho, you're our last hope. We need the secret of this place, and we need it fast. Can you help us?
I think, Senor, I can help you very much. I think the people come in here to see the great things like big general store, like back in the old times, you know. Pancho Villa, you see, he likes to be with all these people. You see so many things every week, everything changes. And I think this is going to help a lot of people to enjoy themselves tonight.
So there is something more than a business here.
Yes, the activity here is for they have the beautiful auctions, beautiful food, everything that you want to see. I think everybody likes this action that they have here every week.
Can you show us a little documented proof?
I think I can.
Come out to the market because it's very interesting. An important place to shop.
I love it here. I wouldn't go any other place but here. Even if I was invited to a free party or something like that, I wouldn't go. I love it here. And I love my steak sandwiches here.
And you get fresher products. That's the main thing, you know. You can't buy things equal in the store as you can in here. You know, things are much cheaper. It makes a big difference.
We like the shoe store in here. One shoe store in here is very reasonable and comfortable shoes. Can't do better anywhere else.
I like the delicatessen store where they have lunch meat that looks so fresh, and the cheese is very good, especially the Longhorn and, you know, the
The donuts, though.
Oh, yeah, and the donuts.
We like the donut shop.
The donut shop.
Bring my wife out. She don't drive. She likes to buy a lot of junk.
To meet people. All right.
Well, Pancho, call it an intuition if you like, but that just wasn't the whole story.
Well, Senor, it's a different point of view. I'm sorry you haven't found what you are seeking.
No, Pancho, there's got to be more to it than that.
Well, if you're seeking for more, looking for more, you better hurry up. Senor, the place is already closing up. Tell me, Senor, don't you think the people tonight are very lucky to be here to see all these wonders? What more do you seek to find?
I don't know, Pancho. I don't know. Well, that was it. We figured we'd just about had it. There wasn't a shot left in the place. Not a single angle left to try. We were packing up our gear. That's right, we were calling it quits, running out. We had other cases to work on, and, well, I guess even the best investigators never do solve all of the cases, except maybe on the Late Show. And then suddenly it happened. The unexpected.
Would you mind explaining what you're doing here?
We're making a film, Bud. What's it to you?
Why don't you accompany me to the central area?
What for? We haven't broken any laws.
Why, we know you didn't. But you are out of film.
I don't get it, Flatfoot.
You need money to buy more film.
Hold it, copper. Maybe you guys were right after all.
It's easy making money. Join us. You'll see.
Well, that's how the case ended. Although, I guess we'll really never know for sure. Of course, the press boys got wind of the whole thing, and the next day it was splattered all over the front page. Of course, there was some paperwork to finish up back at the office before we wrapped up the whole affair. And oh yeah, I almost forgot.